What are the different levels of paramedic training programs offered at the Justice Institute of BC?
The JIBC offers 3 levels of paramedic training: the Emergency Medical Responder, or the EMR program, the Primary Care Paramedic program, or PCP, and the Advanced Care Paramedic program, or ACP.
The second level of paramedic training at JIBC is the Primary Care Paramedic, or PCP program. When you have completed this program and passed your licensing exam, you would be eligible to work as a paramedic in all areas of the province. The majority of paramedics working with the ambulance service in BC are trained at the Primary Care Paramedic level.
Could you please tell me more about each program to help decide which one is best for me?
The full-time Primary Care Paramedic program is approximately 8 to 10 months full-time, or 12 to 18 months for the part-time options. You will learn the same type of skills as in the EMR program, but at a much higher level. You will learn to manage patients with trauma, minor wounds, fractures, behavioral disturbances, and other simple and complex medical issues. The PCP program has a small amount of online learning where you gain knowledge in how the human body works. This provides a solid foundation to base the rest of your paramedic training on. Similar to the EMR course, the PCP program has a great deal of hands-on learning. Simulations of various types of medical and trauma calls are used, and these simulations increase in complexity as students move through the program. You will also participate in self-directed study, classroom studies, and you are expected to read the course resources to supplement that learning that takes place in the classroom. As part of the PCP program, you will be doing clinical placements in the hospital and also have practice education shifts on ambulances with working paramedics. JIBC takes care of all of the scheduling of these shifts, but you do need to be available 24/7 during this time of the program. If you have completed previous EMR training, you can get started in the PCP program.
How much does each program cost, and how do I pay for it?
The program costs vary based on the length of the program and the level of the training. The current costs of each program is available on the JIBC website. As with all post-secondary institutions, tuition will increase by a small percentage every year. Both of the full-time Primary Care Paramedic and Advanced Care Paramedic programs are eligible for student loans through Student Aid BC, and this can be a huge help for students who are thinking about starting a new program, changing careers, or upgrading their education. When budgeting, it is important to consider your living expenses during the time you are in school and on practice education. This might include saving money for housing, transportation, food, childcare, entertainment, textbooks, course supplies, and the cost of travel to and from school and your practice education shifts. Students in the PCP and ACP programs are required to wear a paramedic uniform at all times, while in class and on their practice education. You will likely need more than one uniform, unless you like doing laundry every night after school. Because it can be a challenge to work and study in a full-time program, you should plan your finances out before starting school and know where money might come from for any unexpected expenses. A contingency plan is always a good idea. I recommend you check out the scholarships offered through the Justice Institute to help you with your expenses. The application deadlines for scholarships vary and can be found on the JIBC website. You may also want to apply for the EMA Education Fund Awards if you are enrolling in either the PCP or ACP programs. Contact JIBC Student Services if you need any more information about this.
How much time will I spend on schoolwork each week, and can I work or take other courses at the same time?
The full-time models for all of the paramedic programs are very demanding, and it would be very challenging to work while taking the EMR, PCP, or ACP programs, and we don't generally recommend it. EMR and PCP students are in classes 5 days a week, and students are expected to study and practice outside of class time if they want to be successful. If you need to work, the part-time EMR and PCP programs offer greater flexibility. However, they still require a large commitment of studying and practicing outside of class time. Both the full-time and part-time programs require students to be available 24/7 while doing their practice education shifts in the hospital or on the ambulance.
With a primary care paramedic certificate, what career opportunities will I have?
When you have a primary care paramedic license, you can do everything an EMR can do, plus IV initiation, medication administration, and use equipment like advanced airway devices and ventilation tools. If you have your PCP license, you are eligible for ambulance positions in major cities and to work providing patient transfer services. It is a desirable qualification for industrial first aid positions and municipal fire departments. Applicants for these careers with PCP training stand out in the competitive hiring process.
Do I get a license to practice when I finish the program?
After the course or program is finished, a student applies for licensing with the licensing body. They write an exam with the licensing body, and if they're successful, they'll be issued a license to practice from the licensing body. No paramedic training program or school in BC licenses the paramedics directly.
Who is eligible to apply for the paramedic programs at the Justice Institute of BC?
If you want to enroll in the Primary Care Paramedic or PCP program, you need to have completed grade 12 or equivalent and hold an EMR certification. I recommend that you check the PCP program website for other requirements to be eligible for the program. Many people that take the PCP program are recent high school graduates or have been employed in related or unrelated areas and are looking for a career change.
What do I need to do to apply for each program?
The Primary Care Paramedic program, or PCP program, generally has 3 intakes each year and is offered at many locations around the province. Students who meet the prerequisites are invited to apply. Selection for the program takes place in advance, so students should apply long before they plan to start the program. The selection process uses an online exam to test applicants on medical knowledge at the EMR level.
The PCP and ACP selection process is fairly competitive, and often sections fill up. There are often more applicants for the courses that run in the New Westminster campus. When applying, you should ensure that you provide all the required documentation with your application. If you have any questions, please ask one of our program staff members as early on in the application process as possible. If your application is not accepted, we will let you know, and you may apply to another intake at a later date or a different JIBC campus.
Can I transfer credits from another school or institution?
Because of the specialized nature of the training offered at the Justice Institute of BC, the ACP and PCP programs currently do not have a credit transfer or prior learning assessment process. If you have completed paramedic training in other countries or provinces, please connect with the program staff to discuss your options and career goals.
When do I need my practice education requirements done by, and when can I start?
Some practice education prerequisites have been made program admission requirements. It is important that when you prepare your application for your program, that you follow instructions carefully and submit a complete application. Incomplete submissions can result in processing delays or you needing to reapply for the program. Some practice education requirements are time sensitive. For example, all students must be skin tested for tuberculosis or TB within 6 months of their first practice education placement. Depending on your program and program format, you'll be prompted by JIBC when it is the right time to do this. Your practice education start dates depend on your program format, your individual schedule, and whether or not you are practice education ready.
Thank you. That was very helpful. Where can I get more information?
Thank you for your questions. I hope that my answers have been helpful. There is a wide range of resources to learn more about the topics in this video, and we have just provided a summary that may be useful to you in starting your career. Please take a look at these links below and definitely talk to your instructors once you start your courses at JIBC.